It's pretty easy to make mistakes with DNA test results because the testing companies do a great job of giving you a lot of information, but what they don't do is give you much help in interpreting that data. So it can be really easy to misunderstand something. One thing I would recommend is don't assume the test will replace traditional genealogy. You're not going to get a list of everybody you're related to and how you're related. DNA testing will only clarify two relationships just based on the shared DNA, and that's a parent-child relationship or a full sibling relationship. Everything else needs additional genealogical information to interpret correctly. Another mistake is people see their ethnicity results and say, oh, look, I'm 11% Irish and I'm 22% this and that. Don't take that as gospel. The numbers are going to change. Give you an example, my wife tested some years ago at one testing company, and they told her she was 78% Scandinavian. 3 years later, they did an update, and she was now shown to be 2% Scandinavian. So, and their explanation was, oh, it was the Vikings. And then their second explanation was, well, we weren't wrong before, but we're more right now. So just take those with a grain of salt. On a continental level, they're good. You know, Africa versus Asia versus Native America, that kind of thing. Anything beyond that, anything deeper than that is just water cooler conversation. Another thing that you need to be aware of is when they give you a possible relationship to a DNA match, they'll say, oh, you know, you're a second cousin or a third cousin or something. What you need to understand is what they're actually doing is kind of cherry picking one or maybe two relationships out of a spectrum of possible relationships. Give you an example. We had a client some time ago who received her DNA test results and was shocked to find out that somebody she had grown up knowing as her aunt was listed as her half sibling. And she suddenly thought, my tree is wrong, my whole life is a lie. It was terrible. When we got into it, we found out that everything was fine. Her aunt was her aunt, but an aunt shares just as much DNA on average as a half sibling would. And the testing company had just cherry picked the wrong relationship and freaked her out. So if you see something like that, where you don't see the expected relationship to somebody, take a deep breath, do a little digging, maybe contact a researcher or somebody that can help you interpret that data to see if maybe the testing site just posted the wrong relationship or something to that person.